5-star poached eggs, yeah, that's right, the real good version, and a way that everyone can eat hot poached eggs at the same time. First up, I've got a long, tall pot of water, very important, and I'll tell you why in a second. It's also important to plug in your stove before you start, because if you don't plug your stove, then generally it doesn't work. So that's a good hack. You know when you get a cracking poached eggs and the shape is like a bullet? That's because it's been dropped and allowed to drop down in a large, deep pot of water, number one. But also number two, when we whisk it and we get this vortex, when the egg drops in and it spins round, it collects all the whites together and then it helps get that shape. When I get up early, I get some ice and I get some salt and water. So what I've got here is normal ice from the freezer, and then I'm making seawater salty, refreshing water for the egg. Seawater's pretty salty and it is 5% salt. So I'm gonna poach my egg. I'm gonna get it out once it's sort of slightly under, and I'm gonna put it into my salty water. What happens is the salt draws inside the egg and seasons it beautifully, right? It's a trick. So it stops it cooking, it seasons it perfectly. And then when we're ready, when Loz finally gets out of bed, I put them back into the water to reheat for a quick minute, and then I plate my breakfast. Happy days. The next thing we need is however much water that you're using, add malt vinegar, 10%. If your eggs are brown, you've probably put 50% vinegar in. The vinegar is in there to help keep the egg white together. That's a rapid boil. Is that rapid boil? Is that what you call a rapid boil? Anyway, it's a rapid boil. Okay, so now the whisk goes in. Look how angry it is. So we create the vortex, and now we go in with our eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. I give it a little shuggle. Is that what you call it? A shuggle. Roughly, depends how big your eggs are, but 2.5 minutes, give or take. So if we have a look at these, we can see they're pretty wobbly. They're gonna need just another 30 seconds to get going. Don't forget, they're gonna go back in, which means they're gonna cook a little bit more. So eggs out into our waiting sea salty water. So these can sit in your salty water for no longer than 10 minutes. If you sit these in your salty water for like half an hour or for an hour, the salt's actually gonna start to cure the egg, and the yolk that's running inside will start to get sort of thick. So we've got a beautiful bullet-shaped poached egg. Look at that. So I've got my still warm water. I'm gonna get 2 of my poached eggs on here, and I'm gonna reheat them. 1 minute is all you need. That's it. That's been a minute for our eggs. This is when we drain them, because we don't want water on our breakfast, right? Because that's really irritating. Coriander, chili, salt, perfect poached eggs. Come on. So there it is. Perfect 5-star poached eggs, and everyone gets hot breakfast at the same time. Get out of bed! Breakfast! Thanks for watching, and if you liked that, please click subscribe, because there's plenty more where that came from. Also, if there's a recipe that you actually want to see me make, chuck it in the comments below and we'll get around to it. Thanks for watching.